Okay, so let's jump into this information. Again, guys, I want to ask you for your undivided attention. And if you get value from this information, guys, hit the share button. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and definitely hit the share button. What you're about to learn about money is not taught in the traditional educational system. Again, my name is Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach. I'm also the CEO and founder, along with my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Pyers, of an incredible platform, guys, where we educate the masses on how to free themselves from the plantation of taxation, legally, ethically, and morally. We wish each and every one of you financial freedom from the current system of debt. You must rid yourself of all debt if you want any shot of being truly financially independent. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money work for you while you're sleeping, you're going to work until you die. And so over the course of the next few minutes, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you some knowledge about gold and how gold is money. You know, many people don't realize today here in the 21st century that the United States dollar used to be backed by physical gold. That means that all of the money that was in circulation had to have an amount of gold equal to the dollar that was in circulation. Today, what's backing your dollar? Nothing but debt. And so before I jump into this information, I want to share some knowledge with you about an entity that controls the value of our money, controls the banking system, controls the interest rates, and they're called the Federal Reserve. And a little history about the Federal Reserve is that the Federal Reserve is not part of the federal government. But let's take a look at what the Federal Reserve calls a liability on their books. And so here we are at the Federal Reserve website, and I'm going to read what the Federal Reserve says is the major liability on their balance sheet. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, let's go and take a look. Okay, so again, guys, it says Federal Reserve liabilities. I'm going to highlight where I'm reading. It says, the major items on the liability side of the Federal Reserve balance sheet are Federal Reserve notes. I want you to pause right now and pull out a paper dollar bill out of your pocket, and I want you to read on the front of it what it says it is. It goes on to say, U.S. paper currency and the deposit that thousands of depository institutions, the U.S. Treasury, and others hold in accounts at Federal Reserve banks. I want to spend a little bit of time on this, guys, because I often say that people lie, but numbers don't. And I also make a statement that says that people lie, but facts doesn't. It doesn't matter what your assumption is. Here is the Federal Reserve, the entity that controls the value of the money that you trade your time for, saying to you, the major items on the liability side of the Federal Reserve balance sheet is Federal Reserve notes. And they took the time, guys, to explain to you what exactly they're talking about. U.S. paper currency and the deposits that thousands of depository institutions, the United States Treasury, think about that for a moment, and others hold in accounts where? At Federal Reserve banks. And guys, what this simply means is that if you're saving for your future in paper dollars, U.S. paper currency, if the entity that creates it, if the entity that controls it says that it is what? A liability on their balance sheet, what should it be in your bank account? I want you guys to marinate on that as I share with you 106 years of history about real money, and that is real money gold. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about inflation and how inflation robs you of your wealth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up an inflation calculator, and again, we're going to go over 106 years of whether or not if you had saved your money in gold equal to the dollar amount saved under your mattress, Would you have been better off saving that paper money in gold versus saving it in paper? Well, again, I often say that people lie, but numbers don't. So let's jump into the information. We're going to look from 1913 to 2019. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to jump over and I want to see what the price of 1 ounce of gold was in 1913. And I'm going to do that by way of a site called Only Gold, okay? And this guy has 200 years of the history of gold prices. Again, we're going to go down in 1913 and look at what 1 ounce of gold was in 1913. And so as you can see, the chart is going to show you in the far left corner the year. It's going to show you what gold closed at during that year, and it's going to show you the change in price from the previous year. Okay, let's go and take a look at what 1 ounce of gold was in 1913. Okay, so we can see in 1913 that 1 ounce of gold was worth $20.67. We're going to roll that up to $21. Now, I want to share with you why I'm starting at 1913. Some very critical things happened in this year that affected the value of our money. In 1913, the Federal Reserve was voted in by a small portion of Congress to take over control of our money system, our banking system, our interest system. And since the Federal Reserve, which is not a part of the federal government, has taken over our monetary system, what you're going to learn is that the American dollar has declined in purchasing power each year after 1913. And so again, guys, 1 ounce of gold in 1913 was $21 per ounce. So what we want to do is we want to determine if you had saved your money equally in gold versus saving in paper dollars for 30 years. And we're going to go through 30-year increments, okay? Why do I use 30 years? Because most people will work at least 30 years of their life to save for retirement. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to 1913 on an inflation calculator, and I want to know what $20 in US dollars, what the inflation was over a 30-year period, which would be 1943. Okay, so here I'm going to use this CPI inflation calculator. And guys, simple math. We're just going to go here and we're going to say $21, which was the value of 1 ounce of gold when? In 1913. And we're going to go 30 years out to 1943. And so what I want to know is if I had $21 in paper money and I saved it under my mattress, I put it in my piggy bank, I didn't invest it, I never earned any interest, I didn't stick it in a retirement account. And so let's go ahead and hit the calculation. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the results. U.S. inflation rate, $21, which was equal to an ounce of gold in 1913. 30 years later to 1943. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, prices in 1943, and we're talking about $21, are 75% higher than the average price throughout 1913. The dollar experienced an average inflation rate of 1.88% per year during this period. Okay? Let me go ahead and continue to read what it says here. It says, in other words, 21 US dollars in 1913 is the equivalent in purchasing power of $36.70 in 1943. That is a difference of $15.70 over a 30-year period. So guys, let me go ahead and break this down so even a caveman can understand. If you took $21 in 1913 and you put it under your mattress, 30 years later, guys, 30 years later, you would need $36.70 to be able to buy what the $21 purchased you in 1913. That means that your money would have had to grow in value by $15.70 without putting it at risk in an investment. So let's go and see how gold did. So you want to make sure that you pay very close attention to the percentage in which your paper dollar lost value, 75%. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that $21, convert it into physical gold, and we're going to add that 75% of inflation. And guys, what you can see is that means that gold would have to increase from $21 to $37. And what you can see here is that gold did increase from $21 to $36.50, which is roughly close to 75%. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, how did that happen? Because gold is money. All right, let me go ahead and clear this out. And now, guys, let's go ahead and look at another 30 years. So if you're writing this down, you want to write down in 1943, 1 ounce of gold was $36.50. Now we're going to go from 1943 to 1973, and let's see if gold maintained its value. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and change this to $36 from 1943, and we're going to go 30 years out to when? 1973. What we want to know is what was the inflation over that 30-year period. So let me hit calculate. So again, it says U.S. inflation rate, $36 in 1943 to 1973, which is 30 years. Here are the results. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, prices in 1973 are 156.65, so we're going to go ahead and round that up to 157% higher than the average prices throughout 1943. The dollar experienced an average inflation rate of 3.19% during that period. Again, guys, what you're looking at is that the dollar decreased in purchasing power by 157%. Let's go ahead and continue reading. It says, in other words, 36 US dollars in 1943 is the equivalent of purchasing power of $92.39 in 1973, a difference of $56.39. Now, let's go take a look at gold from 1943 to 1973, simply converting the 36 US dollars into physical gold and never earning any interest. Let's take a look. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here we can see in 1973, 1 ounce of gold increased from $36 in 1943 to $106.48. That was a total increase, guys, just from 1972 to 1973, a 66.79%. But what we want to know is, did gold maintain its purchasing power from 1943 to 1973 based on the inflation calculator? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that $36 per ounce, or $36 in U.S. paper currency, and I'm going to acquire that 1 ounce of gold. I'm going to put it under my mattress from 1943 to 1973. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to add that 157% of inflation to gold, and that means that in order for gold to protect you against inflation, the price should have increased from $36 to $93 per ounce. Well, we can see right here in 1973, we can see that 1 ounce of gold did much better than that. Guys, it increased to $106.48. So once again, using equal paper dollars converted into gold, both simply saved, we have found that gold has protected you against inflation. Okay, now we're going to do another 30 years from 1973 to 2003. So let's bring up our inflation calculator. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the price of that 1 ounce of gold of $106 in 1973. So we're going to change the year here. And we're going to go now to 2003. As I hit calculate, and ladies and gentlemen, the results are this. Is that $106 in U.S. paper has lost purchasing power once again. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, prices in 2003 are 314.41%. Let's go ahead and round that up to 315%, higher than the average prices in 1973. The U.S. dollar experienced an average inflation rate of 4.85% during this period. In other words, $106 US in 1973 is the equivalent in purchasing power of $439.28 in 2003. A difference of how much? Guys, $333 over 30 years. So again, if you had saved 106 paper dollars under your mattress in 1973, in 2003, guys, it would have taken you $439.28 to live the same lifestyle, to buy the same amount of groceries, to get the same amount of services and goods that $106 30 years prior afforded you. That is a difference of $333 that you got to figure out how to get your paper dollars to increase without putting it at risk in the stock market. Okay, so let's go see if gold protected us against the inflation, guys, at 315% from 1973 to 2003. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to blow your mind. And so in 2003, from 1973, 1 ounce of gold being equal to $106 US, over the next 30 years, gold increased to $417.25. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that $106 that was saved in physical gold in 1973, and we're going to add the 315% of inflation, and that means that gold should have increased to $440 to protect you against inflation. Well, what can we see? Gold increased to $417. And now I truly understand why they don't teach about real money in school, and that is gold. Okay, guys, let's get ready to wrap this up. What we're going to do now is we're going to go from 2003 to 2019. Okay, so we're going to take that $417 that gold was valued at per ounce in 2003, and guys, we're going to go from 2003 to 2019. And again, what we're trying to find out is whether or not, if you had saved that $417 in paper or saved it in gold, which one maintained its purchasing power? Which one protected the value of your labor? And so as I hit calculate, here are the results. And so guys, it says U.S. inflation rate in 2003 to 2019, $417. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, today's prices in 2019 are 39.54% higher than they were in 2003. The U.S. dollar experienced an inflation rate of 2.10% per year. You know, when you pay your light bill, water bill, and gas bill, it doesn't feel like 2.10% inflation. It feels more like 20% inflation. And that's because as the end user, everyone is passing the inflation on to us. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. It says, in other words, $417 in 2003 is the equivalent in purchasing power of about $581.89. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to make sure you fully understand what has been demonstrated over the last few minutes. This means that if you had taken $417 from your paycheck, put it in your piggy bank, put it in a sparkless water bottle, simply saved it, not invested it, in 2019, you would need an additional $164.89 to live the same lifestyle, to be able to purchase the same amount of goods and services that $417 afforded you in 2003. Okay, guys, let's get to the numbers. Let's take a look at what gold has done over the last 16 years from 2003 to 2019. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to click over here on gold prices and recent spot prices. Remember, guys, what I'm sharing with you is what's called spot price. This is not what you would pay for gold. You have to put on an additional 20% to this price. Okay, so here we go. We can see right here at the top. Currently today, guys, here on October the 27th, 2019, 1 ounce of gold is $1,505. Currently, right now, it's up $1.14 today. And so if I take my mouse and go across the screen here, you can see, guys, from Monday, October 29th, 2018, gold was at $1,230 per ounce. And if I take it over to the end of this chart, on October 25th, 2019, again, 1 ounce of gold is $1,504.44. Guys, let me bring up my calculator. So, guys, that means if we take that $417 you saved in 2003, currently right now, guys, that means that gold has increased by 260% over a 16-year period, just simply saving your money in gold versus holding your money in paper dollars. I hope you guys got that. And so, guys, if we take that 260% and we go ahead and divide that by 16 years, that means that your savings account has increased in purchasing power by 16% per year. Let me ask you a question as we get ready to close. Does your bank account offer you 16% with zero risk of increase in purchasing power on your money? If not, what are you going to do about it?
Help save our generation. Old Ben Franklin said, "Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I learn."
Karatbars International, an e-commerce company, has made available a simple wealth building system for everyone on the planet who is 18 years of age and over, with 4 optional ways to participate. Option 1, save gold. We all start here. We complete the free registration for our gold savings account and start acquiring Karatbars gold in small increments. Karatbars International has made it easy by making available a feature called Auto Exchange. At Wealth Builders Worldwide, we call it Pay Yourself First. You set up your account to automatically exchange your paper currency for Karatbars gold weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You simply set it up, forget it, and then go back and increase it. Activating this feature allows you to automatically pay yourself first with physical gold. There are no fees of any kind. The account is completely free and takes less than 5 minutes to register. Every time you acquire Karatbars gold, you're building your family's wealth. Option 2, save and earn. As an independent affiliate, you position yourself to be compensated monthly through the Unilevel System Compensation Plan. You are virtually in business for yourself in over 100 plus countries worldwide. Option 3, maximize your earning potential. You may choose one of several business packages which positions you to generate cash flow monthly and weekly through our dual system compensation plan. These packages are income producing assets. Option 4, we save Karat Gold Coin and Karat Coin Bank Coin. As independent affiliates, while we're saving gold and maximizing our earning potential, we acquire Karat Gold Coin, or KBC, and Karat Coin Bank Coin, or KCB. These cryptocurrency coins are an additional stream of income that will build massive wealth. Some people have asked, why Karatbars? A Karatbars savings account gives you protection against future financial crisis and rapid inflation. It protects your hard-earned paper currency with physical gold. Karatbars International has the only system in the world where you can get free gold and free cryptocurrency. Gold is a store of wealth and value and is an appreciating asset. There are 3 major benefits of a Karatbars savings account. Number 1, you can now start saving physical gold in small increments. 2, Karatbars International puts you in position to build a global business from the comfort of your own home. And 3, there are significant tax advantages to owning a home-based business. Wealth Builders' worldwide mission: to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and build massive wealth. We are salespeople. We are a sales team. We do not sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibilities of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up. We believe this is a noble cause. Now, if you are a guest on the line today, get back to the person who invited you to this call and let them know you're ready to open your Karatbars savings account right now.